Hey, this is The Ring's Mike Coppinger, and we're here with boxing superstar Ryan Garcia in La Jolla, California. Ryan Garcia is putting the finishing touches on training camp ahead of his long-awaited return. That's going to be May 2nd in Times Square, New York, against Rolly Romero in the main event of Ring Magazine's Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. Ryan, thank you so much for having us with you here.
Yes.
Look, fans are really excited. Again, this is your first fight in a year. How are you feeling right now after all the turbulence?
You know, after a year of layoff, it was pretty discouraging. As you know, I love boxing. I've been doing it since I was young. So it took some time to, refocus myself into just forgetting about what happened, despite my feelings towards it. But I'm blessed with this opportunity, and now, I have a chance to just get back on the horse and show everybody how great I am.
Yeah, Ryan, look, I've known you a long time. You're a really positive guy. What was the silver linings that you took from this year layoff?
Basically, that everybody seeing what I did to him. No matter what they say, I whooped his ass. So, that was the silver lining I had. Like, nobody was, I think everybody could smell the bullshit what they were doing. And I felt, I was respected by the fans still. And to me, that's all that matters, how the fans feel.
Yeah, when you look on social media, the fans are definitely behind you. And like you said, now you have a win over Devin Haney. You drop him 3 times. It gets changed to a no contest. But the performance is still the performance. You're feeling more confident than ever, I imagine.
Yeah. I had a great performance, and I wasn't even at 100%. Right. So it's just funny. I was fighting the refs that fight. I was fighting everything going on. And then after the fight, I'm fighting the commission. So I had to fight a lot of people. But in the end, I was just a step ahead of Haney that fight. He's a great fighter, but I found holes in his game and I took advantage of it. And I'm confident coming after that, and I'm ready to do it again.
Yeah, and that rematch is planned, of course, for October in Riyadh. And it feels like it's going to be way bigger than the first fight. The first fight, people didn't know if you were training seriously, and apparently you weren't, and you still put on that performance.
Yeah, I won't say that I was just blowing it off completely. Obviously I had to train. Right. But learning from that camp and making sure that I, push away all those things and just being more professional and getting to it.
Again, people thought you were joking, but you were actually drinking on Monday of fight week, right? You were at the club.
I was at the club, was drinking a little bit. Not a little bit, but I was out on Monday. And then, I just felt like if I've been doing it the whole camp, I might as well stick to it. That was my mindset at that time. Obviously not the right choice and not something I'm going to be doing moving forward, but it's what I felt was working for me at the time and was helping me forget whatever's I'm dealing with internally, and it helped me get to the ring, I guess.
Yeah, kind of numbing the pain.
Exactly.
But still pretty crazy that you put on that performance when you're not at 100%.
Yeah, that just shows that I'm pretty talented at what I do, I guess. Do not advise anybody to do that, though. Don't try that. It's not the right move. Won't work for everybody.
Now, you mentioned that you didn't really sit well with you, what the commission did. The year suspension, big fine. I think it was 7 figures right on the fine.
Yeah.
The New York State Athletic Commission suspends you for 1 year. They fine you, I think, 7 figures? Mm-hmm. And you have to stay out of the ring. You said it was an injustice. Why is that?
Well, there's 2 reasons. The first reason was, 1, I didn't do it. And I know I didn't do it. 2, what they found in my system was so little that they said it had no effect on me for the fight. So for them to suspend me for so long with what they found, to me, was unfair. Mm-hmm. And that's how I felt about it.
Do you have any theories on maybe how it got on your system? Or do you think it wasn't even in there?
I think they had that in their back pocket the whole time. It's no secret the Haneys are just involved with everybody. They try to rub shoulders with everybody and try to, play nice with everybody so they could get extra perks. And I think they had something to do with it because, like I said in the press conference, his son knew 2 days after the fight. He posts on, his story that I'm going to test positive for PEDs. And 1, I didn't even look like I was on PEDs. I don't care what nobody says. That doesn't look like somebody with PEDs. And 2, it's like, how would he know? You know, how would he know before Devin, before his dad, unless they already knew what was the plan if he lost?
You're saying you have no idea how it got in there. That must drive you crazy then. If it comes out and you're like, wait a second.
Because I was getting tested all the time. Like, waking up out of nowhere randomly and never missed a test, never did anything. Like, trying to avoid tests, and I don't even know how to mask anything. So, I know my team does. I don't have no, Alex, whatever that one guy is, the reason that knows how to do all that stuff, or anybody on my team that knows how to do that stuff. So I don't know what the heck happened between, well, I think I got last test was 2 weeks before the fight, and then, obviously the fight. So I don't know what happened between there. Like, I'm still as confused as I was before, and it does drive me crazy. It's like, whoa, what the hell? How did that even get there? Like, what is Austrian? Like, I don't understand it, but I mean, at this point, there's no way I could figure it out. I mean, I think at that last stretch, all I was focused was on cutting weight, and I seen a lot of theories where people are saying, well, maybe he took something to cut the weight. Obviously, you need to be taking that for a long time for it to have an effect. It's like, I'm not gonna just decide to take it, 3 days to cut the weight. Oh yeah, let me take PEDs to help me lose it. Like, that doesn't work. Maybe if it was a diuretic or something that's gonna make you lose weight in that period of time, Ostarine doesn't do that, right? I mean, what I looked up, I really don't know what it does, to be honest. I think it helps your muscles recover. I think that's what it was, but I wouldn't take that to lose weight.
So now, do you take extra precautions and just like make sure, like, just to be extra careful that nothing's in any supplement?
I don't even take supplements anymore, really. I mean, I
went that far?
Yeah, like, it's just something that I don't trust. I mean, anything could be in any of these pills. That's what I learned. Like,
that's true, yeah.
We tested some just random pills that you could get over the counter, and they have a bunch of stuff in them. Yep. And you're just like, wow, that's crazy. So you got to really be careful on where you buy, any type of supplement, because even the smallest amounts can ring up tests. So.
Oh, that's true. There's no regulation whatsoever in the supplement industry.
No, there's none. And if you're not going to like, because some factories, they have a bunch of different supplements that are going out, and they could get mixed up with each other. Just any little thing. So I really advise athletes to just really pay attention to what, anything they're putting in their body, because I would hate for somebody that is just a natural, clean athlete to be looked as a cheater for no damn reason.
When you look on social media, like you said, you've gotten a lot of support over here.
No, I have a lot of support. I think they know, and a lot of people know in their heart that I just wouldn't cheat. I know that, I've been doing this for so long. I mean, I've had the same skills, the same left hook since I was little. I mean, there's nothing, I didn't really do anything different. Devin Haney just didn't dodge my best punch. And, I could hit a lot of people with that shot. They won't, get up.
Do you think Devin Haney can dodge it in the rematch?
I think he'll be more aware of it. It's always a different fight, every fight. And it's not about just it being a left hook. It's when you throw it.
Right.
It's like not telegraphing it, make sure you hit him at the right time, the right rhythm, where he's at. So it's like you could know it's coming, just like a fastball is coming from the pitcher, but where's it coming? You could have your hand up, but what if I hit you right in between that? It's just how I throw it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the scariest punches in boxing, your left hook. You don't even have to wind up on it.
Just throw it. And if you guess wrong, I could go to the body, go, in the middle, go to the side. I've knocked out people, I think, every way you possibly can with a left hook, on the temple, on the chin, on, bot to the body. I've knocked out so many different people with the left hook. I mean, it's about, like, look at Deontay Wilder. They know the right hand's coming, but why can't they dodge it? It's just what it is.
Sitting here with you now, I can see how big you are, obviously. And you're 3.2 pounds overweight for that Haney fight. I don't know how you made 140, let alone 135.
Yeah.
I mean,
just like now I realize it's just I grew out of all that like a long time ago. And 140 is not too far from 135.
Right.
And I actually never really got to fight at 140. That's what people don't know. Like, I fought at catch weights.
Right.
You know, but Duarte was not 140 exactly. Fortuna, I believe, wasn't at 140 exactly. I don't even think Tegao was 140 exactly. So I never fought at 140. I just thought I could make it. And then as I was declining, I'm like, nah, this is impossible. Like, I'm just too big for this weight class. Like, I can't do it. And I couldn't do it, so that's what it was.
Do you think that gave you an advantage against Devin Haney?
No, I don't think it gave me an advantage. Devin Haney's a big dude. He's a weight bully. You know, he shouldn't be fighting at 140 either. I don't know how he gets down to that weight. Those snack people really know what they're doing. Because it's just, he blows up to what, 165, 170 at fight night, and he looked way bigger than Regis Progress. So he's not no little dude. He knows it, and he knows he gains a lot of weight after the fight. So they have no excuse.
This is certainly going to be better for both of you guys, right? Fighting in the rematch in October, 147. It's a glamour division.
It's it's the best division in boxing, right? It's like the one that's the most popular. So for us to meet at that stage is going to be amazing. I mean, we had multiple fights in the amateurs. It's going to be no different than in the pros. Shoot, we might run it 3-4 times, who knows? But depending on how he performs.
Yeah, what's crazy looking back is I think Devin Haney was like a 9-1 favorite against you, and he was a major favorite. No one was giving you any chance at all.
No, they weren't. But I mean, I opened up as the underdog, and it just felt like they just don't see my skills, and it's been that way for a long time since coming up. You know, they see the knockout to see what I do, but they don't know how I'm doing it, so they never really rate me too well, you know. But that's fine. I have my style, and I'm confident against anybody, and just going to keep on shocking people.
Yeah, and your lone career loss, that was Gervonta Davis. That was a mega fight. Over 1 million pay-per-view buys, major gate in Las Vegas. You not only do you have to fight at 136 pounds, you have the rehydration clause of 10 pounds on fight day. And we saw you in the ring, and we've seen the viral memes. You looked emaciated in there.
Yeah, there was no way I was winning that fight. I mean, they took away my spunk. You know, I didn't have anything going in that fight. Like, I was exhausted just from cutting that weight. It was really tough, but it was a chance that I wanted to take, and I got nobody to blame but myself for accepting that. So at the end of the day, I would love a rematch. I would love to do it on, you know, more even playing grounds, and let's run it back. I would love to do it, you know.
It just feels like we're never going to see it, right? Gervonta Davis isn't going to go to 147.
I don't think he's that type of dude that would want to do that. You know, to me, it excites me to fight these guys. Like, I'm excited to see how these guys could hold up to what I got and vice versa. So, probably not going to see that, but you never know. You know, you don't know in boxing. Some people, you know, that money's in front of them, they may take it.
Yeah, and of course, fighting you, that's always somebody else's biggest payday, right?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I'm probably in the lower divisions, I'm probably the key guy that they need in order to make a huge fight. These guys could try to fight each other, but it ain't gonna make no Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia money. You know, I'm that missing piece to everybody's, you know, huge fight. They're not gonna have it without me.
So yeah, you mentioned earlier after this, you know, they have the suspension, you have your win taken from you against Devin Haney. You say you weren't feeling good about it. What was the lowest point for you? Like, what was going through your head?
I think the lowest point was just stopping my momentum again. You know, I hate that. It's been the story of my career. Every time I get something going, it just, a year, you know, it's always a year. Like when I fought, what's his name? Fonseca.
Yeah.
You know, COVID happened, stopped my momentum. Then after camp, I went through, you know, mental health issues, another year. Then it's just like every time I get something going, beat Devin, year suspension. Like I fought Duarte, felt good, went right to Haney. I was like, all right, let's get it. Beat him, year suspension. It's like I don't know if it's some type of curse on me. Like every time I get something going, it's just always a year. Somehow I get, something happens. So that's kind of what I was low on. Like, oh my God, like I gotta wait again. And just with me, I have to be in the ring, and it just helps me stay focused. So.
Yeah, and I'm sure that also helps your mental state when you're training, when you're working towards something. But also, do you do anything else? Because you've been quiet on social media. And I know when you're quiet, that means you're locked in. Do you meditate? Do you go to therapy?
Yeah, I mean, I went to a therapy, like outpatient thing here in La Jolla. Mm-hmm. I was doing that for some time. And then just really staying off of social media, because that helped me just come back to reality, ground myself with my family and everybody around me, kind of reassessing my circle, who I had around me, what they were bringing to me, and my energy. And all that together just kind of just helped me just come back to reality, focus on what really matters. And I'm blessed that I went through that.
Is there anything you do every day? Do you journal or anything like that?
I just pray and really play chess.
Play chess?
Yeah, it relaxes me a little bit. But, running, just things that are not going to get me going. Because when I get going, it gets going.
Well, you're going to get going and back in the ring against Rolly Romero.
Yeah.
Rolly is a character, of course. He's very outspoken. He likes to talk trash. And we saw him against Gervonta Davis. He was doing pretty well in that fight before he got knocked out. Yeah. What do you expect from him?
I expect him to have more of a aggressive approach to me. I think that he's going to want to rough me up like he tried to do in sparring. Because when I boxed him, he didn't even touch me once. And the second time around, he just tried to maul me like it was a street fight, which I don't think he'll be able to do because there's a ref. But he's going to try his best. I think that I will just be hitting him when I want to. And in the inside, that's what he's going to be looking to work, his best work. Because I know I can see all his punches coming. They're not hard to see. It's just they're coming hard. So you just got to watch for those pockets and just use my jab, watch what he's doing. And if I fight a good defensively sound fight, I should beat him easy and knock him out.
Well, hopefully it's not the ref from the last fight, right?
I know. He's definitely going to be out to get
me. So look, obviously Rolly Romero first. You have to get past him. But I imagine it's exciting, again, that you know that you already have your big fight lined up against Devin Haney.
Yes.
This is your chance to show everybody it wasn't the weight. It wasn't what they said they found in your system. It was you.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. This is the high stakes moment. It just feels like this is why you get into boxing, to have super fights, blockbuster events. And this is my chance to do it again. And this is the era, right? I'm part of the super fights. This is what I always wanted. Watching Mayweather fight, watching Oscar fight, those big events, I'm part of that now. So that gets me going. And for me to be able to do it now my third time, where it's a huge, huge fight, first Tank, Devin fight, first fight, and now second one, it's truly a blessing.
And it just feels like this fight, this rematch, is going to be 100 times bigger than the first fight. You mentioned that you were the underdog in the first fight. We know you're going to be the favorite this time around.
No, they might still put me the
underdog. You
think so? Yeah, for sure.
You like being the underdog?
Sometimes. I mean, I don't care. Honestly, okay. I don't care, but it's just, I think they're going to put me as an underdog.
But there's been so much that's happened since that first fight, right? You have the suspension. Devin Haney sues you to force the rematch.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. A lot of storylines.
A lot of storylines, yeah. Because you have, there's two kinds of fights in boxing.
I've said so much about it. I feel like when it was happening in the moment, that's when I was really emotionally connected to it. I'm not so much anymore, but I imagine once we get that fight and it's ready to go, I feel like it's all going to come out.
Yeah, is it personal at all between you and Devin? Because there's been a lot of bad blood.
I feel like it's more personal with me and Bill.
Yeah.
I'll go at it with Bill all day. Devin doesn't really bring that out of me because he's not really an aggressive person.
No, he's not.
He's more of a just chill, wants to box, that's it. So I think when I was doing all that, that really ruffled his feathers. He didn't know what was going on. He was like, something's wrong with this guy. So you could see right there, like he didn't know how to take it. Sure.
I imagine that Devin Haney gains your respect, though, in the ring, because you hit him with some big shots and he kept getting up.
Yeah. I got to give him it. He has a lot of heart. You know, for somebody to take that type of beating and want to continue is, I got to give credit where credit's due. But I did tell his dad that he's going to have 3 moments in that ring before the fight that you're going to want to stop it, save your son, and it was 3 times. So it's pretty interesting how that played out. But I think he could have stopped it. I mean, we'll see how it affects him. You know, we'll see how he gets back in the ring with Ramirez.
Yeah, what do you think? How do you see that fight going? Because a lot of people think that's a really tough fight for Devin.
Ramirez is not the fastest guy, and I don't think he has that it factor to him that can possess, problems. But we'll see how the fight goes. I mean, Jose's not a bad fighter. I just don't think he has anything special for Devin. Like, I feel like Devin's a special fighter. You need something special to beat him. And I don't think Ramirez has that.
We know how Jose's going to fight, right? He's going to apply nonstop pressure. He's going to go to the body. You think Devin can handle that pretty?
It's not something that Devin hasn't seen before. So I don't think Devin's going to have a problem. And I don't think Jose has crazy power. So I think that Devin's going to beat him pretty easily.
Well, that would be the best case for you, right? You want Devin to look as good as possible.
I don't wish bad on him. I mean, we have a huge fight.
Yeah.
So, I don't want nothing to go wrong. I just want us to perform well to the best of our abilities so the fight could be bigger.
Feels like this is going to be the biggest fight of the year.
Yeah, right here. I mean, this is going to be a precursor to the biggest fight of the year.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah, for sure. So Haney Garcia too is going to be mega. It's going to be flying, because the whole public knows about it. They seen, thanks to me, I made that fight even bigger than it was going to be. Not a lot of people really knew Devin Haney too much, but I feel like because of everything that was going on, it made his name even bigger. And now I feel like everybody knows about it. They want to see the rematch, and it's going to be fire.
How exciting is it to fight in the middle of Times Square, outdoors, under the lights?
That's something I've never experienced before. In the past, I've always hated to fight outside, but you can't hate on this. This Times Square, it's something that's never been done. So it's just part of my storyline, but it's a huge one. Like, this is gonna go down in history. I hope it's not cold, but it is what it is, I guess. But I'm just interested to see how it plays out, but I'm very honored to be part of history.
And I imagine it's even extra motivation sharing the card with Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. Lopez is another future potential opponent for you, right?
Yeah, man. It's amazing. This has never been done. Teofimo's a star. Devin Haney's, star in boxing for sure. And you got me to finish it off. So this is one of those things where I feel like all of us are going to try to one-up each other. Teofimo's going to try to do something amazing. Right. Devin's trying to do his thing. For me, I want to get a highlight KO too, though. So we're all going to be trying to do something, for sure.
What do you think is going to be the fight of the night?
Probably Barboza and Teofimo. But you can't sleep on my fight with Rolly. It might get down and ugly, We might start it could be a shootout. You never know how it's going to roll. So, but I think Teofimo and Barboza, they have such bad blood that it could go crazy. And we'll see.
Ryan, thank you for having us again. We can't wait for the return. May 2nd, Ring Magazine's Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. Thanks again.
Thank you.